Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm going to be covering the part of Chapter 12 that covers film noir in the post-war era. Film noir is a French term that literally means black film or film of the night. There's a really good definition in our book if you need to look it up to study for the test later, but it says that film noir is an American genre of the 1940s and 50s characterized by sudden violence, tough romantic intensity, deceptive surfaces and emblematic reflections, unsentimental melodrama, narrative complexity, low-key lighting, desire and revenge, compulsion and madness, betrayal and disenchantment, irony and doom. These were films that rarely had happy endings, and the genre was named by French critics who noticed the resemblance between these dark films and the series of dark mystery novels, which most of them were written by American pulp writers and were published as the French série noire. Film noir first appeared in the 1940s towards the end of World War II. Because it was such a dark time in history, the film industry took full advantage of the post-war anxiety, pessimism, and suspicion. And don't forget that around this time, the Cold War also began, so imagine the tension that was already in the United States at the time. It was also a difficult time in the area of labor. In the workplace, in the workforce, there were many strikes and crimes, and this also influenced the popularity and ideas for these films. In most of these films, women were portrayed as untrustworthy because female characters were typically shown as femme fatales or seductive women that were deadly treacherous. They often became pawns and victims in the war between cops and criminals in films such as Fritz Lang's The Big Heat. One film that's a really good example of a femme fatale is Out of the Past. It's a really great film where the character Kathy first tries to escape a relationship with a man before manipulating two men that would either love her or control her. Another thing that was really popular in this time period, especially in film, was smoking. Out of the Past shows a lot of that too. I really recommend watching that movie. The post-war era was a really interesting time in the world of film, and I hope that many of you have time to sit and watch some of these films. I'll send out a list of some films that I thought were really interesting, but just to name a few, it's The Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Psycho, Strangers on a Train, and Dial M for Murder. I hope this video really helps you on the test.
And then I saw her, coming out of the sun. And I knew why Witt didn't care about that 40 grand. My name is Jeff Markham, and I haven't talked to anybody who hasn't tried to sell me something for 10 days. I'd like to build a house right there, marry you, live in it, and never go anywhere else.
I wish you would.
She ran out on me with $40,000.
I hate surprises myself. You want to just shut the door and forget it?
No, come on in. I like surprises.
Your picture don't do you justice, baby.
How did you break his head, Jeff?
Cute.
One chance in a million. One chance in a million was all that chump ever had in his life, and he made it good.
I couldn't help it, Jeff. They made me sign it. I swear I couldn't help it. They said they'd find the body and tell the police I killed him.
That evens us. Now fold your hands or I'll fold them for you.
You talk big, mister.
Well, I held her and we could laugh. Because we were together again. We played it smart and forgotten nothing. Forgotten nothing except one thing. He had followed her.
Hello, Jeff.